The campfire crackled, shadows danced. A story began. The night was thick with anticipation, the kind that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. The fire's glow cast eerie shapes on the faces of those gathered, each one leaning in, eager yet apprehensive. They knew what was coming, and yet, they couldn't resist the pull of the tale about to be told. It always starts the same way. The flicker of flames, the rustle of leaves, and the hushed whispers that seem to carry on the wind. It's a ritual as old as time, a way to connect with the unknown, to flirt with the edge of fear. Someone leans in, voice low. Their eyes dart around, making sure no one else is listening. It's as if speaking too loudly might summon something from the darkness. The tension is palpable, a shared secret that binds the group together. They speak of a name that carries weight, history, and a chilling sense of dread. It's a name that has been passed down through generations, whispered in fear and reverence. The kind of name that lingers in the back of your mind long after the story is over. A name never said aloud. It's a taboo, a forbidden utterance that could bring about unimaginable consequences. The mere thought of it sends shivers down the spine, a reminder of the power that words can hold. This isn't just any story, it's a tale woven with threads of fear and mystery, a narrative that has the power to captivate and terrify in equal measure. The listeners are drawn in, their imaginations running wild with the possibilities of what might come next. This is an urban legend, a story that has traveled from mouth to mouth, changing and evolving with each retelling. It's a living, breathing entity, shaped by the fears and hopes of those who share it, and like all good legends, it has a kernel of truth at its core. It's different everywhere it goes. Each city, each town, adds its own flavor, its own twist, but the essence remains the same. It's a story that transcends boundaries, a universal tale of fear and fascination. But one thing stays the same: the fear is real. It's a fear that grips you, that makes your heart race and your palms sweat. It's the kind of fear that makes you question what you know, that makes you look over your shoulder and wonder if you're truly alone. This is the story of the girl no one can name, a girl who has become more than just a person. She is a symbol, a warning, a curse. Her story is a dark thread woven into the fabric of the night, a tale that refuses to be forgotten. The girl who became a curse. Her name, once spoken, brings with it a series of unfortunate events, a cascade of misfortune that seems impossible to escape. She is a specter, a ghostly figure that haunts the edges of our reality, waiting for the moment when she can step back into the world of the living. She walks in the shadows, waiting for you to say the words that will set her free. But freedom for her means doom for you. It's a delicate balance, a dance between the living and the dead, between the known and the unknown. Are you brave enough to hear her story, to let her name pass your lips and risk the consequences? It's a question that hangs in the air, a challenge that few are willing to accept. But for those who do, the story of the girl no one can name is one they will never forget. They say she was once ordinary, a girl with a life like any other. But something happened, something terrible. Some whisper of betrayal, others of a terrible accident. No one knows for sure how she died, but they know how she returned, full of rage, seeking vengeance. They say her name holds power. To speak it is to call her forth, to invite her wrath. The legend always includes a ritual, a way to summon her, a dangerous game dared by the foolish and the brave. Stand in a dark room, light a candle, look into a mirror, and then whisper her name 3 times. They say she appears in the reflection, her eyes burning with hatred, her voice a chilling whisper, ready to claim the one who dared to call her. Urban legends are more than just stories. They are warnings. Passed down through generations, these tales serve as cautionary reminders of the dangers that lurk in the shadows of our world. They are the whispers in the dark that keep us vigilant, the eerie tales that make us question the safety of our surroundings. They are the embodiment of our collective anxieties, manifesting in the form of ghostly apparitions and sinister figures, reflections of our deepest fears. These stories tap into the primal part of our psyche, the part that is always on alert, always wary of the unknown. They remind us that danger can be lurking around any corner, that the world is not as safe as we would like to believe. The fear in our eyes, the shiver down our spine, these are the physical manifestations of the terror that these legends evoke. The girl with no name embodies the terror of the unknown. She is the faceless fear that haunts our dreams, the shadowy figure that we can never quite see clearly. She represents the mysteries that we cannot solve, the questions that we cannot answer. Her presence is a reminder that there are things in this world that are beyond our understanding, things that we cannot control, the fear of what lurks in the shadows. It is the fear of the unseen, the unknown. It is the fear that something is watching us, waiting for the right moment to strike. This fear is not just about the physical darkness, but also the metaphorical darkness that exists within us. It is the fear of our own hidden desires, our own capacity for evil, the dread that our words have power to unleash something terrible. Words have power, and the stories we tell can have real consequences. The fear that by speaking of these legends, we might somehow bring them to life. That by acknowledging the darkness, we might give it power over us. This is the fear that keeps us silent, that makes us hesitate to share our fears with others. We fear her because we fear the darkness inside ourselves. The girl with no name is a reflection of our own inner demons, the parts of ourselves that we try to hide. She is the embodiment of our guilt, our shame, our regrets. She is the part of us that we do not want to acknowledge, the part that we fear will one day consume us. The part of us that whispers, what if? What if the stories are true? What if the legends are real? This is the question that haunts us, that keeps us awake at night. It is the fear of the unknown, the fear that there is something out there that we cannot see, cannot understand, cannot control. It is the fear that our worst nightmares might one day come true, the part that wonders if some stories are best left untold. Some stories are too terrifying, too unsettling to be shared. They are the stories that we keep to ourselves, the stories that we dare not speak of, because to speak of them is to give them power, to make them real, and some fears are best left in the dark, where they cannot harm us. Section 5, The Vanishing Girl, a case fueled by fear. In the quiet, unassuming town of Maplewood, Iowa, a chilling mystery began to unfold. It was a place where everyone knew each other, and nothing ever seemed out of the ordinary. But that all changed in the summer of 2023. In 2023, a group of teenagers vanished in rural Iowa. They were last seen walking together, laughing and carefree as they headed towards the edge of town. The group consisted of 5 friends, each with their own dreams and aspirations, now forever lost in the shadows of the unknown. Their last known act, performing the ritual in an abandoned house. This house, long rumored to be haunted, stood as a silent witness to their final moments. The ritual they performed was said to be a test of courage, a local legend that dared the brave to summon spirits from the beyond. The police dismissed it as a prank gone wrong. Despite the eerie circumstances, the authorities were quick to label the incident as nothing more than youthful mischief. They believed the teenagers had simply run away or gotten lost in the dense woods surrounding the town. But locals whispered of the legend. The townspeople, however, were not so easily convinced. They spoke in hushed tones about the old stories, tales of spirits and curses that had plagued the area for generations. Some claimed to have seen ghostly figures near the abandoned house, while others heard strange noises at night. No trace of the teenagers was ever found. The case remains unsolved. Despite extensive searches and numerous investigations, the teenagers seemed to have vanished without a trace. The dense forest and vast fields offered no clues, and the abandoned house remained as silent as ever. A chilling reminder that some mysteries are better left unexplored. The disappearance of the Maplewood teenagers serves as a haunting reminder of the unknown. It is a story that continues to fuel fear and speculation, a mystery that may never be solved. As the years pass, the legend grows, and the town of Maplewood remains forever marked by the shadows of that fateful summer. Section 6. They said it was just a story. Everyone has heard the whispers, the stories shared at slumber parties and campfires. They send shivers down your spine, but you dismiss them as just stories. But what if they're not? What if the legend is real? What if the girl with no name is waiting for you to make a mistake? Section 7. The enduring power of a nameless terror. The legend persists because it taps into something primal. The fear of the unknown is universal, and the girl with no name embodies that fear perfectly. She is a blank slate onto which we can project our own anxieties. She is a reminder that some things are best left undisturbed. Section 8. A warning carried on the wind. The next time you hear her story, listen closely. Pay attention to the fear in the storyteller's voice. Feel the shiver that runs down your spine. It's a warning, a reminder that some doors are best left closed, some names are best left unspoken. Section 9. Never speak it aloud. The legend of the girl with no name is a chilling reminder of the power of fear. It's a story that will stay with you long after you've finished reading it. So the next time you're tempted to say her name, remember the warning: some things are best left undisturbed. Some stories are best left untold.